Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast from Visit Aurora, from the Raptors of the Stanley Marketplace. This is the show dedicated to telling the stories of Aurora, Colorado. Hi there, I'm Dave, Senior Marketing Manager for Visit Aurora. Town Center at Aurora is truly a cornerstone at the heart of Aurora, a fully enclosed regional shopping destination, home to over 130 stores and eateries. Today we're joined by Joel Boyd, the General Manager at the Town Center at Aurora. Great to see you, Joel.
Great to see you as well. Happy to be here.
How's Harpo?
Harpo is the best. And you know she got her name because my dog looks just like Oprah.
Okay.
So spell it backwards and you get Harpo.
How old is your dog?
She's 8 years old.
Okay, so she's reaching the elderly phase.
Yes, a little less walks, a little less mileage, which I don't think is good for me, but it's probably
Right.
good for Harpo.
Dogs are the absolute best. Joel, you were born right here in the Denver, Aurora area.
Absolutely.
It's got to feel good to be at the helm of an institution that has been so important to the community for so long. What were your memories of Aurora growing up and specifically Town Center back then when it was known as the Aurora Mall?
Yeah, when it was known as the Aurora Mall, that was the neighborhood hangout. All the kids wanted to go there. It was new. I worked there. I always tell the story. My first interaction at the Aurora Mall was those childhood safety classes where they set up the street signs and the street lights and you ride your big wheel through the mall obeying traffic. And one of your coworkers, Alexis Watts, she'll tease me about saying this on the podcast, but I saw Purple Rain in the movie theaters that were inside of the mall. So
Wow.
I was grounded that day because it was rated R.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was.
Absolutely was. I want to go back to your college days. You attended Southern University A&M and HBCU
Yes.
in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. How did you come to the decision to attend an HBCU?
I was always fascinated. I would be lying if I didn't say it was the marching bands at first. But things come full circle. As you know, now we have a new coach in CU, Coach Prime, and his first coaching opportunity was at Jackson State, which was in the SWAC, which is also where Southern University competed. And so to see him come back here and bring back those SWAC memories, it's just a blessing. And my reasons for going to an HBCU is I grew up here in Colorado, but I wanted to get all sides of everything from my culture and who I am. And Southern University and Kappa Alpha Psi made it the best for me.
How do you feel that experience helped shape you as the leader that you are today?
It definitely gave me a ability to treat everybody on the same ground. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, or green. I could talk and relate to you. And I think that's a good thing because when you have a shopping mall and you're a leader of a million square feet facility, you're going to have all walks of life in that facility. And so I just enjoy interacting with the people and being a good part of the community.
Take me on the journey a little bit. After school, you come back to Colorado, and ultimately, what led you back to the Town Center at Aurora?
Yeah, absolutely. I really have a varied experience, but when I first came back, I was working for the Urban League of Denver, and it's a big community organization. I got notice, and I got a call from a good mayor of ours in Denver, Mayor Wellington Webb.
The legend.
He is a legend.
Yes, sir.
And actually just talked with him yesterday, but he hired me on as his one of his economic development directors. And my focus was on Europe and Africa and doing overseas trade missions. And what got me at the Town Center at Aurora, and this is going to sound funny, but I got the job through LinkedIn, and the job description just spoke to me. They're like, we need somebody that's involved in the community. We need somebody that can relate to all people. We need somebody that can manage a budget. And those things all spoke to me, and the opportunity to be a key link in the community and make the place the best that it could be was so appealing. So 18 interviews later, I made it.
There you go. Over 40,000 people visit the Town Center at Aurora every week. The idea that people aren't going to malls anymore just isn't true. It's probably also outdated to even call Town Center a mall. It's become so much more than that. How has the Town Center evolved over these past few years to kind of remain at the heart of the community?
Well, it's through our events, and we have several. One that I'm really excited about is something unique that our marketing director, James Lawrence, is putting together, but it's Hearts in the Community. community. And for Valentine's Day, we are doing a dance for those kids with special needs. And it's events like that that attract people to the mall. It makes it a family shopping place. We're known for things. Our mall is big into the hip hop culture, so it's the best shoe game in the land.
Absolutely.
It's the best hats, it's the best jerseys, and we don't shy away from that. We embrace it. But we still have our Dillards and our Macy's and J.C. Penney's. But when you say 40,000 people a week plus come through the mall, it's all walks of life, and we appeal to everybody.
The emphasis on community can't be overstated. You recently hosted a food drive around Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. You host an incredible Halloween event where kids can trick or treat safely. And when back to school happens, you know you're going to get that shopping traffic, but you host events to give underserved kids backpacks and supplies. Why is that investment in the community so important to you?
Because we're in the community. That's where we're located. And I think it's important that we are an example and that we can provide a safe environment. Everybody knows my statement when I talk about the mall is we're about safety first, the community, and then business readiness, because this is where our entrepreneurs from the community could start their first business. This is where they could support their families. Our manager of Foot Locker has worked at Foot Locker for 30 years in the same mall. So when you could say that, shout out to Heidi, by the way, but it's the community spirit. And as long as the mall is doing well, we feel that the community is doing well. And we push hard to have different events, a variety of events to make it a great place.
When you were working in an economic development capacity with the Urban League and you got to experience, developing economic opportunities in Africa and Europe and beyond, how do you think that experience shaped your ability to connect with people at the town center?
I'll go back to what I said earlier. We have tenants and owners of businesses from all different cultures and backgrounds. So you may talk to somebody from Africa. We have Ethiopian tenants. We have tenants from Russia. We have tenants from all over the world. But at the end of the day, we're running a business, and the business language is similar to a music language. Everybody can talk it. And so being able to relate to the different cultures and the different people that come through that facility, it's just been a big advantage for me.
It's one of the beautiful things about Aurora. What we like to scream from the mountaintop is how diverse our community is. Hundreds of languages spoken. You have Colorado's largest immigrant community. It really is important that we highlight diversity in Aurora in particular, specifically when you don't think of necessarily Colorado as being a diverse place, I imagine.
Yeah, I think people are surprised when they come through the town center at Aurora that they get a slice of every piece of life. Aurora is a lot of different things, and we take it all in, and there's something for everybody there. I would say that our customer base, whether it's the new Fieldhouse USA, we have people visiting from all around the state for basketball and volleyball tournaments, or I mentioned the shoe game again. When you want the hottest Jordans, we'll have a line wrapped around the building trying to get the latest and greatest. And we have a lot of options for food. The new Aurora eatery has been fantastic, where you could choose from 20 different restaurants for pickup or delivery. It's just a fantastic place. And what I do in my role is, when I talk with potential businesses or community leaders or sponsors or partners, I only meet them at the mall, and I take them on a tour and I show them what it's really like, because we also want to change the narrative of what the mall is and also what the city of Aurora is about.
And kudos to your team. They do an incredible job of keeping the mall clean and safe. It feels comfortable. It feels like home. And that's a testament, because, like you said, there may be perceptions outside of Aurora for people who haven't been to the town center in a long time. And when you go there, it truly is an impressive place.
And all credit, you said it the best. It's about the team. You have a team member that used to be at the mall on your team now, Alexis Watts. She was fantastic while she was there. But we have a great operations director. We have a great marketing director. I can't take credit for anything. Running a mall is like a city, and if you don't have good quality people, You don't do snow removal. You don't do street paving. You don't do the HVAC. We have our PAR officers, police area representatives, and we have a police substation in the center. And Michelle Hanley is one of our long-term PAR officers. Today happens to be her birthday, so happy birthday, Officer Michelle Hanley.
Joel, I am looking at you, and I am shocked at the lack of gray hairs on your head, particularly after the last several years.
Yeah.
What were the lessons that you took from the pandemic?
From the pandemic, the lessons that I took is that our tenants and our owners are responsible business people.
Yeah.
It was their job to kind of police the 6 feet apart. It was their job to rope off their store. It was their job to get pandemic ready. It was very little because it's hard to apply the COVID rules to 1 million square feet. It's just hard to do and translate that. But our stores did an excellent job. Our numbers did drop off, but we're one of the top malls in recovery since COVID.
One of the innovations that came out of the pandemic, and you mentioned it just a moment ago, was the Aurora Eatery inside the town center at Aurora. It really is a unique concept. Can you explain a little bit about how it works?
Yeah, so Aurora Eatery has 20 independent kitchens inside of one facility. So if you're in the mood for quesadillas, you can have quesadillas. If you're in the mood for some ethnic foods, you could do ethnic foods. If you want to do a sandwich, you could do that. And all these 20 independent kitchens can do one concept or multiples. So when you go to Aurora Eatery and you start to order, the world is your choice. You can get anything that you want.
And you know, the food court is amazing at the town center, but Aurora Eatery offers some elevated choices as well. These are real chefs putting out real culinary quality, right?
Absolutely. I never imagined at the town center of Aurora I'd be able to get a steak.
Yeah.
But now I could get a steak, and the quality is just outstanding. It's all for pickup and delivery, and it's one of the unique ideas. You asked me earlier, what's it like running a mall? We believe on our team that a mall could be anything that we want it to be, and why limit ourselves? So we're always looking for improvement and making it better for the community.
Speaking of going beyond the definition of a mall, a great addition to the town center Aurora is Fieldhouse USA. You estimated it could add an additional 1 million guests to the town center every single year. Why is the Fieldhouse such a unique addition to the town center?
There's nothing else like it around here, and particularly housed in a shopping mall. You know, the Fieldhouse USA has basketball tournaments, volleyball tournaments, the latest and greatest pickleball. Inside of that facility, we have some subleases that do Shoot 360, which is a fantastic basketball training program, and it's a great workout. We have A1 Boxing, which used to be directly in the mall but moved to Fieldhouse, and it became a good fit. And then we have the Big Air Adventure Park. So there's nowhere else in Colorado that I could think of where you can get all these things.
No, it's become a community gathering space. It's a destination now for folks that are looking to get their heart rate up. You know, they can come to the town center and have a great time.
Absolutely.
People who haven't visited the town center at Aurora in a while may be surprised to learn that there's a high school there as well. You have Goal Academy. It helps give students a flexible learning environment. It seems like these additions are fueling the evolution of the town center to be a true community gather space. Yes, there's great retail there, and that cannot be understated, but there's also an experiential component to your offerings. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's really fair. And, you know, Goal High School, I serve on their board. They're just fantastic for kids that need an alternative learning source. But who says the mall can't be a chiropractor office in there, or a dentist office, or it's tax season coming up here soon, do an H&R Block. There's a lot of different things that a mall could be. It's only limited to your imagination and creativity.
When California burger chain In-N-Out first came to the metro area a couple years ago, its first location was at the town center of Aurora. Lines for hours, thousands upon thousands of guests, including me almost weekly. What was it like navigating those first few months?
Let's just talk about the first day first. I've never seen anything like it. It was In-N-Out Burger's largest grand opening ever. And that day, I actually Ubered over to work because I knew it was going to be a madhouse. Just didn't have any idea. We had cars wrapped around the mall twice. And by the time the day hit midday, the average wait for a burger was 14 hours. And we literally saw people making a good time out of it, having movies in the car, having food delivered before they got their food. Mm-hmm. It was a spectacle. I actually went up on the rooftop of the mall just to get a few wide angle shots, and it was just unbelievable. And In-N-Out continues to do well, and I'm so happy because at midnight, if I'm out and about, I can always get that burger.
I imagine it also kind of helped elevate visitation to the town center. Have you started to see some of the returns on visitation kind of since In-N-Out opened over there?
Absolutely. The traffic comes in, and the beauty of In-N-Out Burger and the Field House and all these new innovations at the center is that we're seeing people that normally we wouldn't see. And so that is the best. I remember the first day we had a family drive all the way from North Dakota just to come and get an In-N-Out Burger. And then they came in the mall and shopped, and I'll never complain about that. Being sandwiched by Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out is exciting.
Along with all the great national retailers that call the town center home, you're also home to a lot of local independent Colorado businesses, people in our community following their dreams. Are there any that you would like to particularly highlight or shine a light on?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, if you go into the mall, everybody's independent, even the franchise owners. But I'll highlight like My Cafe coffee shop, Local Love, the Shoe Exchange, and aftermarket retail is just great for those things. Our anchors all do a good job, and they are some of the tops in the nation, including our Macy's, JCPenney's, and Dillard's. And so it's just fortunate that we haven't seen the problems in retail at Town Center at Aurora that you might see other places. And we always collaborate with our other area malls, whether that's Cherry Creek, Park Meadows, Southlands, Colorado Mills, Flatirons. All the GMs like to talk amongst themselves and just trying to bridge that gap. And we also talk with the GM of the Stanley Market all the time.
That's interesting. So there's a collaborative spirit amongst all the GMs. It's not this like cutthroat competition, is there?
No, it's competitive, but I think it's important that we all go through the same things. It's not unique to anybody, the issues that malls deal with. And so we all know best practices and how to deal with things, and we all figure, why wouldn't we talk amongst one another?
There seems to be an uptick in retail crime across the board, which has a ripple effect. It hurts businesses, customers, everyone. What are some of the steps the town center is taking to kind of help ease this problem where they can?
Well, of course, I mentioned we have a police substation within the mall, and our PAR officers are long-termers, and they get to know the community. We self-police, and also we do important meetings. About 3 months ago, we brought in the police department, we brought in the DA's office and explained the rules. Being proactive is the best deterrent for the crime. Being watchful eyes, it's like a neighborhood watch inside the mall. It helps with the crime. And I think overall, the city of Denver and the city of Aurora and all the surrounding metro areas, it's a statewide problem.
Right.
And so to address it in our particular mall, you don't hear a lot of incidents about our center because we've cleaned that up by really embracing the community. So it's just kind of like if you're in your neighborhood, hey, we watch out for each other. It's the same at the town center at Aurora.
The evolution of the town center can never stop. What are some of the things coming in the future that get you excited?
Oh, yes. First of all, the events. We have plenty of events. You mentioned the Boo and Brew that we'll have. We'll do the back to school with APS. All the community events are always my favorite thing. But in addition to that, we'll have new stores. Some of them I can't mention. But the mall is always changing and evolving. And so some of the new stores that we'll have will be new and exciting. And we just hope our customers come through and appreciate that. And so every day is a new day. Every day there's a new opportunity. And we just want people, if you're an entrepreneur and you're interested in being in the mall, come talk to us. I have an open door policy. Anybody can come see us and talk to us.
One of the glaring needs for Aurora is kind of a city center, a downtown area even. It seems almost perfect that the town center of Aurora could be the anchor for an endeavor like that. Do you see that in the future for that area to kind of around the municipal center and the town center of Aurora to kind of become a downtown city center for the entire city?
That's my number one focus. We have a great development team. Our parent company, WPG, which is Washington Prime Group, has done an excellent job of embracing development. Of course, the pandemic slowed some of those things down, but we do have development plans that will expand on the mall opportunities, including hopefully in the future new restaurants, new apartment building out there. The malls could be anything. I said that once before, and we embrace that through our development team, and also by canvassing and seeing what's out there that's good that we want.
Joel, it's always great to talk to you. Make sure you visit the town center at Aurora at 14200 East Alameda Avenue, just east of I-225 on Alameda. You can explore their offerings as well at towncenter@aurora.com, and make sure to follow them on Facebook at Town Center at Aurora and on Instagram at TC Aurora. Joel, thank you for the time today.
I really appreciate it. It was a great time.
Hey, thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast. Visit Aurora is the official destination marketing organization for the city of Aurora, Colorado, and acts as the primary liaison between meeting planners and hotel partners. As Aurora's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Visit Aurora's mission is grounded in showcasing Aurora as a premier destination for meetings, business, and leisure travel. Visit Aurora represents more than 75 plus hotel properties with 13,500 plus guest rooms and more than 1 million square feet of meeting space, including Colorado's largest resort, Gaylord Rockies Resort and Convention Center. As Colorado's third largest city, Aurora is located minutes away from Denver International Airport and showcases mountain views, memorable meeting spaces, and 250 plus international eateries that offer a unique experience for each and every visitor. As the gateway to the Rockies, Visit Aurora's role in the local community goes beyond marketing the city as a destination. The Visit Aurora team is here to assist you with your Colorado visit, from facilitating your meeting, event, or convention to helping you discover local flavor and attractions. Go beyond the boardroom in Aurora, Colorado. For more, visit us at visitaurora.com.